Hi guys and welcome to another video. Last year I did a video reviewing the Dara Fit Track Smart Body Scale. I talked about using the scale, setting up the app, and my thoughts and opinions on it. Well, a year later, am I still using it and have my thoughts changed? I'm going to answer some questions that have previously been asked. If you would like to purchase a Fit Track scale, I will post a link in the description where you can also get a discount. Win-win. Without any wait, let's get into it. One year on? No, it quite clearly says 8 months ago. Do you think we are stupid and wouldn't notice? Okay, yes, I published it 8 months ago to YouTube, but I recorded it in 2020. And in all honesty, that original video was terrible. Audio was junk, content was poor, and I was never happy with it. Now, I could redo the video and improve on it, but I thought it's best to move on, and that's why this video was thought up. So I can be more open about the scales, and also at the end of this video I'll be talking about 2 upgrades that Fit Tracks are doing. So first, let me give a quick overview of the previous video. The year is 2020, and out of the flames rose a product review that would cement in history how not to record a product review. The video started with me being electrocuted, and I spoke about how I use the product to help with my goals, some of the key features, and then I moved on to how to set up the scales with the app. The content itself was informative, and for me it was a good learning curve. So a year later, what can I tell you? Well, lots of friends and family have bought and used the scale. Lots of customers have purchased a scale using my link, and there are many satisfied customers. Before I get into the not so satisfied customers, let me just dive into 3 points that I believe make this scale a solid buy. 1 year on and the scale is still solid. Yes, it is dirty and has marks, but it is still in good nick. Before I took any videos, I had to clean it well, but apart from a few marks, it is still working as new. I have used the scale weekly. My wife has used it weekly also, so I definitely say it's had a good amount of use to be truly worn in. Like I said, it is still solid and works great, just a few marks on the contact plates, that's all. For myself and others, it has worked perfect with no issues. Some customers have complained that the app hasn't worked for them, and I can only assume they are using an old mobile device which the app isn't stable on, or they are using the wrong app. Yes, there are 2 for Fit Tracks. I'll go into more detail later on. The scale provides a lot of metrics from BMI to BMR, from body fat percentage to fat mass weight. At the touch of a button, you have all these metrics at your fingertips. Are they accurate is the biggest question I get asked. To an extent, yes they are, but how accurate are they really? Well, nothing is 100% accurate. Scale weight can fluctuate and be different hour by hour. Body fat percentage and hydration readings can change based on food intake and hydration status. What I will say is that the metrics are great to have, so you can break everything down. You can work on the areas most relevant and progress week by week by having a visual aid showing you the numbers you need. So, complaints and issues. Well, where to begin? So over the last year, I've read and replied to comments. I have seen what others have been saying and the bad experience the users have had. With many tech-based products on the market, there is always going to be issues, but looking on Trustpilot and seeing negative after negative after negative review, I just had to look a little deeper. So today I'm going to cover the main reoccurring ones and my thoughts on these, or if I have had a similar issue in the past. So the biggest one, delivery concerns. A lot of comments and complaints came around the delivery. Some customers received in days and some took weeks and even months. So why is this? Well, Fit Tracks are not Amazon. They have to rely on local courier services, which we all know is a problem, especially if it's a certain company. We just had a pandemic, which has made logistics a pain for most companies. A lot of people have been at home spending money on tech, like smart scales, but the companies have struggled to keep up with demand. Apart from Amazon. When you combine courier services, short stock and a pandemic into the mix, it's understandable. Hopefully moving forward though, this will be rectified. I did have a message a couple of weeks ago from Fit Track saying stocks are filling back up, so certainly seems to be heading in the right direction. Again, app issues. So complaints on app not syncing or just not connecting at all. So I've used a Samsung S8, I've used a Samsung S10, I've used an iPhone 8, I've used an iPhone 12. I've also connected with an iPad Air with no issues whatsoever. So why were others having issues? So digging into this and speaking to customers, it seems either they are using the wrong app completely, because like I said, there are 2 apps for Fit Tracks, and I will put the correct app up the top so you can see which one it should be. The other issue, which is a small one, is they are trying to connect using a much older device, which is no longer supported. Scale weight not being accurate. I find this is probably the hardest one to figure out. If you step on the scales 3 times in a row and each time the scale is wrong, then the surface that the scale is on is too soft or unlevel. For scales to be as accurate as they can be, the surface needs to be flat and hard and level. So then it can calibrate before you step onto it and be perfect when you're on it. If you step on one scale and it gives you one reading, and then you step on another scale and it gives you something different, which one is correct? Again, a difficult question. All scales have different mechanisms, and again, one could be calibrated perfectly, the other could be slightly out. But how will you ever know? Even the scales in the doctor's office can be out. For me, it's just about consistency. Weigh on the same scale every time, at the same time, and in the same state. What I will say is, out of a lot of smart scales, Fit Track's is said to be one of the more accurate. I haven't tested or simulated it in any way, I can only tell you what it is said. Customer service. Oh boy, customer service. The bane of any consumer's journey. On one hand, I can count the companies who give incredible service, and I know more and more companies are trying to improve. Now, I have never had to contact Fit Tracks about an issue, so this is harder for me to give an answer. I have found that Fit Tracks reply best on Instagram or their social feeds rather than through email. Fit Track moves over 100,000 plus units a year, and with a smallish team, it must be difficult to get around to all the queries. This is certainly something the company must improve on moving forward. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I was going to talk about if I'm still using the scale. Well, yes, I still very much use the scale and will keep using it going forward. I like seeing all the metrics and I rarely use it just as a scale. I still really like the product and would recommend a smart scale to anyone. Fit Tracks have a new app on the way. It may even be out by the time I edit and release the video. The new app will combine the metrics and scale readings as we have previously seen, but it will also include calorie counting and food scanning. Rather than having one app for each purpose, it will be combined into a single app. There'll also be a customized nutrition plan based on your goals. There'll be a workout program builder that is said to be science-led, and then the final addition, which is a bit of a game changer, is it's going to give you a health score which will change how you view your health. Hopefully in the coming weeks we'll see more information on this. Then lastly, Fit Tracks are updating their Atria smartband. I believe this will be the 3rd edition of the watch, and hopefully to be tried and tested on this channel in the near future. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, then make sure to give it a like. If you're new around here, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you all for the next video. Until next time, farewell.